and welcome to a brand new series of Metro Keys. I'm Sujata Bharat.
And I'm Sanjeev, Bhaskar. Over the next 10 weeks, we'll be bringing you a spectacular lineup of stars, stories, fashion and competition.
From the trendy to traditional, from folk to fusion, from curry fever to sporting talent.
We also see the return of the Video Top 10, aiming to keep you posted on the latest releases from Bollywood.
But we begin with a tale of pomp and ceremony. For better or for worse, Asian weddings are big business. But it's not just the actual wedding day that's lavish. Henna or Mendi parties are becoming quite the craze. And as we find out, there's more to henna than pretty patterns. Mendi or henna party is an integral part of the marriage. Often held the night before the big day, it's an opportunity for the women to let their hair down and have a good time. On the Mendi or henna night, the groom's family arrives with the henna. The henna, surrounded by candles, coconuts and sweets, is a symbol of prosperity. Mendi party is strictly a women's night, with men completely barred from the festivities.
The husband side of the family will bring the Mendi, and the cultural significance is when the bride puts the Mendi on her hands and the feet, it's a sign of prosperity and joyfulness for herself and her husband for the rest of their lives.
Mendi being associated with, their matrimonial happiness. So that is what it means. It means suhag, and which means that they should be prosperous in their future life and they should bear children, but at the same time they should not forget God Almighty.
In the past, the Mendi party in Britain was a simple affair, with a few close relatives and friends applying the henna. Today, things have changed. The party is a big affair and the henna has turned designer.
My uncle has come all the way from America and some of the relations have come from Vienna. And then because of so many people, we needed a market to hold them, because weather is such. Then we arranged for caterers, vegetarian and non-vegetarians. We also arranged for professional Gidda dancers.
With the bride's family expected to lay on the entertainment, these Gidda or folk dancers from Nottingham are in great demand. They're professional, costly and fully booked for the rest of the year.
We're the first Gidda group in England, and we set it up basically because there wasn't one. And we felt that we needed to go back to the history, roots, culture and identity. Gidda is very much traditionally a women's dance. And it talks about relationships between in-laws, husbands, brother-in-laws, sister-in-laws. So it's a form of dance to liven up the evening. And it's also a form of a bonding, where the women get together and have a good time.
After the song and dance, the women get down to the main event to decorate the bride with the henna. And keeping in line with the rest of the evening, Henna Hoa, professional henna artists, have travelled over 200 miles to prepare the bride for the big day. A costly affair, but the bride wants the best.
The Mendi is actually a leaf off a tree called Lawsonia inermis. That's the Latin name for it. The leaves are plucked from the plant while it's fresh, while it's alive. They are then dried fast in a kiln. Then the leaves are crushed into a fine powder. We then take this powder and we mix it with tea and lemon juice, and a secret recipe as well. It then has to sit for a few hours, and then you can put it into the tubes and you're ready then to apply it to the skin. For weddings, we usually go and visit the bride beforehand, and we look at her sari or her jewellery, or sometimes they want to have symbols or names. We make the design and then we take it home, make a few designs and send them out to the bride so she can then pick through and see which one she wants. And they're purely for that bride, so it's individual to her and no one ever has it again.
For Geeta, the big day has finally arrived. The intricate henna designs on her hand and feet took over 6 hours to complete. As the big day draws to an end, is Alison pleased with her painstaking work?
I am. I think it's beautiful, but you better ask Geeta.
Yes, it's absolutely wonderful. Definitely worth the effort, yeah.
The henna patterns usually last for 2 weeks, but the good luck is supposed to stay with the couple forever.
तेरी तस्वीर साथ चलती है ओ मेरे शाहे गुमा ओ मेरी जान जनाना तुम मेरे पास होते हो कोई दूसरा नहीं होता तुम मेरे पास होते हो.
Let's hope the luck continues. Now from hennaed hands to green fingers. 40 years ago in the Punjab, Harbhajan Singh and Swaran Singh were both champion athletes. Today in the UK, their rivalry is just as fierce, but the object of the competition is somewhat unusual. It's 6 o'clock in the morning and Swaran Singh comes to work at his allotment site in Handsworth, Birmingham. He's just one of an increasing number of Asians, in particular Sikhs, turning to soil. Of the 240 plots here, Asians own 2/3.
15 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਅਲਾਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਦਾਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਅਲਾਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਣਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਵੈਜੀਟੇਬਲ ਵੀ ਗਰੋ ਕਰਦਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਰੋ ਵੀ ਗਰੋ ਕਰਦਾ ਫੁੱਲ ਵੀ ਗਰੋ ਕਰਦਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਮੈਰੋ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਮਾਣ ਤੇ ਤਾਣ ਆ ਫੁੱਟਬਾਲ ਅੱਜ ਜਿੱਤਣਾ
40 years ago, Swaran was a champion athlete in the Punjab. Today he still competes, but in another field.
ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਜੋ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਮੇਟੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਮੈਚ ਰੱਖਦੀ ਆ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਮੈਰੋ ਤਿਆਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਮੀਦ ਸੀਗੀ ਉੱਤੇ ਬੜਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਫਖਰ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਜਿੱਤ ਜਾਊਂਗਾ
Swaran's arch rival is Harbhajan Singh, also a former champion athlete in the Punjab.
ਤੇ ਬੜਾ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਦਿਨ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਚੰਗਾ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਚੰਗਾ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਣ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦਿਨ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਖਤ ਮੁਕਾਬਲਾ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਪਿਛਲੇ 4 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਮਤਲਬ ਜਿੱਤਦਾ ਆਇਆ ਉਮੀਦ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਅੱਜ ਮੈਰੋਂ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਤੇਗਾ
Theft is common. So Swaran and Harbhajan have to go to great lengths in protecting their prized marrows. Bringing them out for the competition has become a ritual.
ਡਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਚੋਰੀ ਦਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਛੁਪਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਕੋਈ ਬੰਦਾ ਦੇਖ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ, ਐਂ ਕਵਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਦੇਣਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ।
ਮੈਂ ਦੂਰਬੀਨ ਨਾਲ ਦੇਖਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਤੋੜਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ। ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਬੜੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਪੀਟੀਸ਼ਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਮੈਰੋਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੱਟ ਕੇ ਕੰਪੀਟੀਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹਾਂ।
Proud of his entry, Harbhajan takes his marrow to its final resting place before the judges decide their verdict. This year there have been over 230 entries, ranging from the biggest marrows and pumpkins to first-rate cabbages, onions and potatoes.
ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵੀ ਦੌੜਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ, ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵੀ ਕੰਪੀਟੀਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਜੀ।
ਇੱਥੇ ਕੰਪੀਟੀਸ਼ਨ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਹੁਣ?
ਇੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਕੰਪੀਟੀਸ਼ਨ ਚੱਲਦਾ।
ਅੱਜ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਜਿੱਤ ਲੈਣਾ।
ਉਹ ਦੇਖਾਂਗੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਟਾਈਮ ਆਊਗਾ ਫਿਰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੂਗਾ।
As the judges deliberate, the entrants have an agonizing wait outside.
All come in, please, and we'll present the trophies. Now, Harbhajan, I think, has won a cup for 4 years running, different cups. 1989, he won a cup for the heaviest marrow. This year, unfortunately, he hasn't won a cup. Mr. Singh, Mr. S. Singh, plot 109. Yeah. For the heaviest marrow, had difficulty lifting it, was 30 pounds. So well done.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Yeah, right.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Right, well done.
ਮੋਲੇ ਸਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਹਾਲ ਟਰਾਈ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਹੋਰ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਗਾਂ ਮੋਲੇ ਸਾਲ ਬੈਨ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਇਹ ਆ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਵੈਦਰ ਨਾ ਗੁੱਡ ਵੈਦਰ ਹੋਣ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੀਆਂ ਮਤਲਬ ਘੱਟ ਸੋਹਣੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ।
ਇਹ ਗੇਮਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ, ਕੋਈ ਹਾਰਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਜਿੱਤਦਾ, ਇੱਕ ਬੰਦੇ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਜਿੱਤਣਾ ਹੀ ਆ, ਉਹਨੇ ਵਿਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੀ ਆ। ਉਹ ਫੀਲ ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹਾਰਦਾ ਉਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਫੀਲ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੀ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜਿੱਤਦਾ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦਾ।
One of the most sought-after labels on the Asian fashion scene is Libas, and the woman behind it is Pakistani designer Seher Saigal. Her designs stem from the Mughal era, depicting the Islamic art form of calligraphy and chikankari. Well, here's a preview of a breathtaking collection, but listen carefully, because at the end of this item, there's a chance for you to win a Libas outfit.
Some of the clothes are traditional, some of the clothes are very modern. What we have tried to do is give our interpretation of the influence of the Islamic art on our fashion. The whole art of chikankari has been kept alive basically in India for the last 200 years. I have used a lot of geometrics. At the same time, I have used a lot of paisleys and the Mughal jals and the traditional motifs. It's a very romantic, it's almost a regal collection for summer wear in the evenings and so on. The black and white collection is, it's very bold. We've picked up the Kufic as well as the Naqshi style of the geometrics in calligraphy as very large motifs that look extremely effective. They can be used as scarves, they can be used individually, or they can be used collectively. The influence of calligraphy gives me a very wide kind of spectrum. It is limitless, it is timeless, and the geometrics that you see forming, you can go on and on with them, and you can do a lot either with simple black and white or with color as well. We have dedicated this whole collection to the Persian poet Umar Khayyam. We have done it with translation in Urdu. And this is really we are celebrating the love poetry with a calligraphic background. As in old manuscripts you will see, we have tried to create the same kind of mood, hand-painted on the fabrics in earth tones. Zardozi is the Mughal art of gold embroidery on rich fabrics. As you can see, we've used velvet here, and we've combined it with a very sheer chiffon, which is in very bronze colors. And the gold that we have used to match is again in an antique look. We have used a very antique gold with it. Again, the letters that form here, you can see, are very geometric. They are influenced by calligraphy, but the proportions, the horizontal and the vertical lines are very geometric, and the stars also that are being formed, they have some pattern and some form and some precision, which is very Islamic art influenced.
What a stunning collection. Now, if you want to own a Libas outfit, all you have to do is to answer this question. What is Zardozi? What is Zardozi? Answers in, please, by the 17th of October to this address. Network East Competition, BBC, Pebble Mill, Birmingham B5, 7QQ. And good luck.
Question. What have Whitney Houston, Dolly Parton, and a 15-year-old schoolgirl from Wolverhampton got in common? Give up? The answer, they've all recorded the hit single, I Will Always Love You. The difference with Amar's version, though, is that it's in Hindi, Tu Hai Mera Sanam. And with a voice to rival Whitney's, Amar is causing quite a stir.
जा कहीं भी दूर मुझसे सनम मगर तू है मेरा सनम तू है मेरा सनम तू
Christmas in 1992, I think, when I heard her song on the television. And I heard the song and I was just sort of amazed at her voice, you know, her range and everything. It's just amazing. The song, the melody and the tune and everything, it was just brilliant. So I sort of fell in love with the song. And I just listened to it all the time, and I was singing it in my bedroom all the time. Whatever I was doing, I was singing the song.
Then I heard Amma singing in her bedroom. And I thought, good God, she's hitting exactly the same note, high note, low note. The rendition was almost perfect.
It was then that Dad heard me and he said, why don't you do it in Hindi?
There's no way you can directly translate the song. So what we did with a friend of mine, Preet Nihal in Leicester, we wrote a brand new song on the melody. And then the problem came about the copyright, because we written a new song. So Multitone has to literally send it to Dolly Parton and Whitney's to have the permission. Then Dolly Parton wrote back that she wants to have the translation of the song. We sent her the Hindi version. And then from Hindi, we translate to English again. And then